Devoted chosen. Such misplaced zeal, their eyes remain closed to the true path. Not like you.
Welcome back to another WoW Gold Making video. Today we'll discuss 3 farm spots that were once good. Are they still worth it? Find out in today's video. Welcome to Retro Farming. Before we get into this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell button to get notified when I release my content and all the juicy gold guides.
Strength. And I know you will show restraint when exercising your great power.
The first farm we're going to be doing is Pita Sauron from Wrath of the Lich King. It took me 47 minutes to do this. A Demon Hunter was what I used, and I got 617 raw gold with 34,166 auction house gold. That is the average for the US side, and I do want to say right now, EU side will be coming along in the future. An item that you're going to be trying to go for here is the Battle Hilt. Now, this won't drop your first run or won't drop your second run. It might even drop for the 100 runs. It all depends on your RNG. You might be lucky and get it the first run, actually. But I will say right now that there is raw gold here, too, as well. 617, like I said. And I'm going to be honest with you, with that and doing this over and over, trying to get that Battle Hit is actually going to add up. And honestly, it's something that you might want to think about when you do your future runs or future farms. You're actually looking at the raw gold and auction house gold at the same time. Try to actually balance it out. Like, let's say a run is going in and you're getting about, like, say 3,000 raw gold, but some of the items from the auction house is what's getting you that much, but that auction house gold is actually worth like 40,000. Maybe take that item out of the equation and put that on the side. It's something I like to do a lot because I say, you know what, hey, you know, this is how much raw you gold to get, but I didn't add this one because, you know, that is worth 40,000 gold. So with that said, guys, let me know in the comments below how you do your farms and what you would actually like to see in something like this. But I will say, don't give up if you do not get the Battle Hilt here. Is something that drops, and it's very rare, but when it does drop, it goes anywhere from 40,000 to 70,000 gold each, which is pretty cool. But I will say there's other things here, like Frostweave Cloth is a good spot for here. If you're actually tailoring and you have everything you need for tailoring, it's going to be pretty decent for you. A non-tailorer gets about 312 to 400 per 47 minutes, if not an hour, so it's not bad, something to think about. It's a very fast run, guys, so just kill every single mob that you see other than bosses, then go out, reset, come back, so forth, repeat and repeat and repeat. It's not that hard. It's a very small space compared to other things on our list, so let's actually get into our next farm. Oh, the Deadmines. This is something that a lot of people actually like to forget because they don't do it no more and they think it's not worth it. And a lot of people just run away from it because there's no greens here. Now, that's the problem. And I will say right now that you're actually going to get about 354 raw gold in an hour and 60,456 auction house gold in an hour. Now, the big takeaway from this and what changed whenever the patch and so forth and everything came out, whenever, you know, they scaled back stuff, is that green items is now white and they are still worth it, guys. Now, a lot of people think that just because they're a white item that is actually not going to be worth crap anymore. This is false. People still want them because they look the same. The whole point about this was just to scale items back and actually nerf certain things they needed to do, but it doesn't make the item worthless. Now, I do want to say right now that some things might drop more than anything. You're not going to sell a bagel, a food bagel, for 3,000 gold. That's not. So I took that out of the equation and so forth and actually came up with that auction house prize, which is not bad, guys. But I will say right now, there's so many others out there that are better, which I'll be showing in this video and other videos too as well. I do want to say right now that there is a lot of cloth that drop here. So if you want to do some old world stuff and everything, this is probably a good place to do it. Now, with that said, guys, let me know in the comments below what you would do here and why you would still do this. There is some twink items that you can get from here that I never get because I am not good at RNG. But they go from anywhere from 20,000 to about 100k. It depends on where you're at. I can't tell you exactly for your realm, but if you have a realm that you want me to look over, let me know in the comments below. I would actually love to help some of y'all get some gold on your realm if you're not making any gold. So let me know what realm you are, and I will do some, you know, some scouting and see what you can actually sell. But this mine is actually gonna be decent, so I would say, you know, do at least once or twice and see what you get. So let's move on to the next farm. Shadowfiend Keep, once a bastion of great farming, now not so. Now, when it comes to terms of greens and just regular stuff that drops off of mobs, it is not very good. And the reason why I say this is because it drops a lot of the same stuff. Now, I do want to say there's two items here that you're going to go for, but before we get into that, it took me 45 minutes to actually run this with a 30,519 auction house gold, 857 raw gold. Now, in terms of auction house gold, it's actually not that much. It's going to be compared to about 15,000. That's because of the repeat of everything that drops, but the raw gold is decent when it comes to 857 per hour. Now, I do want to say right now, as stated, there is two things that drop here. Is Gloom Shard armor, which is worth 200 plus K just if it drops, and also too as well Shadowfiend, which went up in price to about 140,000 gold, which is crazy. Now, I do want to say right now, this all depends on your server. You can actually have it less or more on your server. Let me know in the comments below. But to be honest to you, this is something that you want to go for just for those two, which makes sense because we're in the point of the expansion again that twinking is actually becoming a more and more thing. Now, don't get me wrong, it's always been there, but honestly, when it comes to the end of the expansion almost or the beginning of expansion, people love to do this. So it's something to actually think about when you come to get the Shadowfang. I will say right now, other than that, if you're not here for that or you don't really care for these two items, this is a place you need to stay away from. Like I said at the beginning of the video, we're just checking out if these are good or not and giving our honest opinions. Now, with that said, let's move on to the last farm we have of today.
The master has been gone for so very long.
So you return to Karasaan. Yes, this is one of my favorite raids to actually do and farm. And you know what? Something I go to all the time to farm for patterns and transmog and so forth. Because I'm going to tell you right now, guys, Karasaan and the BC Karasaan, not the Legion one, this is actually one of the best farms to do. And it keeps up with its value even to today. Most of the patterns go anywhere from 5k to all the way to 100k. I've sold so many. Also, too, I did get a Blade of Wizardry from this raid. It was a drop off of a mob. It was a human NPC, and this is actually confirmed. I did a video on it a long time ago. I will link it in the description. So it's not that bad here, guys. You can get so much stuff here, and honestly, within the hour, which it was not bad, was actually going to be 48,281 auction house gold with a 729 raw gold, which I'm going to tell you right now, I noticed that the raw gold is a lot more when it comes to raids. I wonder if this was intentional or is something that they overlooked, but I'm going to say right now, if you're selling everything other than the stuff that you're going to be putting on auction house, you're going to be banking it in raw gold, and you're going to be banking it in auction house gold too as well. Now, I do want to say it's not nothing, compared to my raw gold farms I showed in the past, but takeaway from any of these spots is that the raw gold is going to be there even if you make auction house gold. Now, I would say out of all these spots, this is the best spot to do in all of them when you're coming back to Retro's type. Now, you got to take it too as well is that to get out of these dungeons, these raids, the easiest ways to do this is to start your own group, then leave them before you get to the end, and then you'll be out right away. And as anything with loot appraiser, always overlook the stuff that you know for a fact is going to be, not that much price. Like, for instance, the bagels I said earlier, 3,000 a bagel. Yeah, get out of here. That's not going to happen. You're not going to sell food like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I did sell one potion for 4,000 gold, which was the current potion. It was kind of funny, but I guess the person didn't know how to use the new auction house, which we'll be covering, guys. I have my full opinion on this in the coming videos, and I want to say right now that, there's two type of people who are going to put on there, and we're going to be discussing that. I do want to say that I had so much fun here, guys. This is so much fun to do, and I want to do more and more of it, but as y'all know, I didn't put a video out last week, and it gets harder when I actually have to work more and more and more. But if you want to support me on Patreon and help me do this a lot more and want to see more gold farms you've never seen before or something that you didn't know, let me know in the comments below, and actually go in the description and hit that Patreon button and go and support my Patreon, because the more I get support, the more time I can put here and not at the job. Now, I do want to say right now, thank you so much to all those Patreons out there who put that extra effort into this. Y'all guys are amazing. And remember, guys, if you're a said rank, you got to get with me for your boxes this month. I want to give y'all your surprise, and honestly, like I said, there's a TCG pet that's just waiting for one of y'all. So with that said, guys, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment, and as always, stay stashy.